And the last 10 days, we did 10K in December. January, we did $25,200, which I've never done that in 1 month in the 2.5 years before.
What was that thing for you where you're like, yeah, these guys are right for me?
One was when I saw that you guys were working only with the tutors and specifically with that, and you know what you're talking about. Also, I saw the testimonials.
What was the first like reinforcement where we're like, okay, it was the right choice?
It was the support, because I didn't have the support in the previous programs, the coaching programs that I've joined, which was even more expensive. But now it's like when I saw the support there, that I ask questions and I get there. I'm a guy that I want to move fast, and you guys are also moving fast. That's what I want. The time that you save and the amount of money that you make as soon as like you take the action and you get the results in the program, it just makes it back. The goals were aiming high, so we're shooting to the stars.
How are you doing, man?
Great. How's it going?
I'm doing great as well. So, if we get right into it, what did your business kind of look like before we started working together?
Before starting working together, the main problem that I had was I didn't know how much I'm going to be making. It was basically like based on luck and chance, and some like it was random, kind of like based on luck if a video gets viral, if I get a lead or not. Like some day you get some leads, 1 month you make nothing, some months you get some students. So I had that issue, and it wasn't predictable at all. And towards before working together, it was even getting worse. I don't know what happened. My videos are not getting views. I wasn't getting any calls booked, and I was like, literally the month that I joined, I was like I was making zero. That was the problem. Yeah.
Okay.
A major problem.
Yeah, I mean that does make sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What were you kind of aiming for at the time when you joined? What kind of goals did you have?
When I joined, first of all, I wanted to get back, because my business was a month back to back. It was just going down and down, and I was almost like hitting zero. So my goal was to get back and also pass my income based on what I was making previously, and scale the business, have some team, like bigger goals, setting up an infrastructure, having a good base for a scalable company. That was my goal.
Cool.
And also I want to learn like how these companies are working, like how, and obviously you guys have been working with a lot of tutoring companies. So I was like, yeah, so these guys know like what other companies are doing, how the tutoring businesses are working, so they can help me a lot with scaling and building my team and the business. So I wanted to basically know about that as well, learn about how other companies are making like 7 figures a year.
Okay. Cool. Makes sense. And you were running your business for a while, right? Before you joined our program.
Yeah.
Like for like what was that? 2 years roughly, or?
Yeah, so I was doing. I've been running for 2.5 years.
Cool. And what are you gonna try in those 2.5 years to grow it, to get more students in and make it a bit more consistent? Like on your own, what did you try?
What I've tried Instagram, I've tried YouTube videos, organic. Mainly, most of my energy was through organic. At some point, I tried ads. I couldn't make it. I was scared of losing money, and that's basically didn't work. So I went back into organic, like making YouTube videos and helping students, reaching out to students on Instagram and YouTube, and that was what I was trying before the whole 2.5 years.
So you're mainly getting students from like YouTube and organic, but you also tried some ads, right? But it didn't go well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And have you ever worked with like an agency or like a coach for your tutoring business?
I haven't worked with a marketing agency before. I've invested about probably 15 20K in coaching programs before you guys. But the programs, the specific people that I worked with, they weren't scaling, like they weren't as specific and niche as you guys are with this tutoring businesses. They were like general like uh, business coaches rather than you guys, which is only tutoring, only like this kind of this specific business. So I don't know why I didn't found you guys earlier, but yeah, that's what I did.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I hear from a lot of people that they work with like general agencies. Why do you think the results were like so different working with the other people who don't specialize versus compared to us? Because I'm sure a lot of people want to hear this. Like, what's actually different?
Oh my God, there's a lot of reasons that you should not work with general like coaches and the tutors, because the niche that we are in, the tutoring niche, is pretty sophisticated market. We are targeting students, but it's the parents who are paying. Then both should be in the calls. Then we are nurturing the students. There's a little way to nurture the parents, but then like students know you pretty well, but then the parent has no idea, no matter like how many touch points you have with the student, the parent sees you for the first time. So there's a lot of sophistication complications behind this market. Most of the other businesses are talking directly to the prospect. That's what the other coaches, the general coaches, are good with, but they don't know how to deal with the tutoring businesses, about the sales calls, about like how to getting the content strategy and everything. That's why we've got different results with you guys than other companies, other programs that I've joined.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. There's a lot of specialized knowledge within this niche that's not applicable to others. What would you say was like the moment where you felt like this is the right move? Like, when did you decide to move forward with us? What was that thing for you where you're like, yeah, these guys are right for me?
Mm, there's two points that happened that I said this is the right thing, probably the right thing, because there is always a risk and you have to take the risk. And for me, like even me, after a 20K investment and seeing no results with the programs, and I was running out of money, the business was almost going to 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 close the business basically. I still took the risk and I said, look, I'm gonna like try these guys and see what happens. But there was two main moments that this happened, I said this might be the right move. One was when I saw that you guys are working only with the tutors and specifically with that, and you know what you like talking about. And also I saw the testimonials. That was one of the reasons that I said, okay, this might be the right move. And the second thing is I watched your YouTube channel, your YouTube videos, the value that you're giving there, and I implemented on that, and I already saw the results. And so when I see that what you taught me, what you're showing is actually working, then I said, okay, this is the right move.
Cool. Well, that's also good to hear. Now, before we talk about the results that you got, I do have to point out that you were really hardworking and you did basically the whole setup very fast. We get a lot of people who it takes them like weeks to set it up. But I know I'm like 99% sure you got it done within like 2 weeks or less, right? The initial setup. And I know like nothing was ever a problem. You got everything done as fast as possible, and it does show, right? Those are always our best clients. But what would you say, like when we started working together, what was like the first good sign that you made the right decision?
After doing the program,
Well, once you got inside, right? What was the first like reinforcement where we're like, okay, it was the right choice, right? What was the first like little thing that you saw?
it was the support. Like Rene is the favorite guy in the program, you know. Rene is always getting back online. I ask questions. He's like there always helping a lot. I love this guy. And that's when like because I didn't have the support in the previous programs, the coaching programs that I've joined, which was even more like expensive, comparing the prices, there was not a support like this. Like I had to ask them to send resources, like to, um, it was just weird. Like it wasn't worth at all. But now it's like, yeah, like when I saw the support there, that I ask questions and I get there, and you guys, like I'm a guy that I want to move fast, and you guys are also moving fast. So that's what I love.
Yeah. Speed is ultimately the main thing. If we can get everything done fast, obviously it needs to be done well, but if we can get everything as fast as possible, that's where we see the biggest growth. What were kind of the results like if you go from beginning to end? What kind of revenues did you hit? How many students?
Yeah, so let's talk about the main thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I joined you guys was December, December of 2025, and I was that month, like I was basically making zero. Literally, like the November, the month before that was super bad, and it was like it was going really bad. I'm really glad I joined, and did this in December that I joined you guys. First 2 weeks we just did the setup and everything. The third week, kind of like 5 days after that, we were like getting the leads into the pipeline, and I was seeing those are like getting close to the conversion. And the last 10 days we did 10K in December, 10,000 USD. In January, because the system was already there, it was working. I just want to check it actually live.
Okay.
I want to give you the exact number precisely. In January, we did $25,300 with the same system that was working. We built up in the first 2 weeks of the December. So that's what we did in the January, which I've never done that in 1 month in the 2.5 years before.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And of course now we are in February, so it's like I haven't been into the program that long, but we are waiting for the goals. We're aiming high, so we're shooting to the stars.
100%. 50K first and then 100 after that. What would you say to someone, not to someone, what would you say to yourself before the program? Maybe if you had some doubts, what would you tell yourself?
Don't waste your time and money in other programs. Join this earlier. That's what I would say. I would say, like, I would show you guys, and I said, there's this team here exists. So don't waste like the 20K in the other programs. Even though I learned some stuff in those as well, but I didn't get results. I would just join earlier. That's what I would do. I would join earlier. Yeah, that would be the main thing.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to say to the viewers right now?
Taking the viewers as someone who has a tutoring business and they are on the fence of joining the program, or they're thinking to do something like this, or they want to have an online tutoring business, I would definitely recommend to watch the YouTube videos that you guys have, implement on those, and if you don't want to waste time, just join the program. That's what I would say, because it's really worth doing the investment, and the time that you save and the amount of money that you make as soon as you take the action and you get the results in the program, it just makes it back. And it's really worth to not spend 2.5 years getting no results or very small results than doing the investment and getting the results, better results, and in a faster time frame. That's what I would tell the viewers.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Mobin. We'll talk soon. And yeah, have an amazing rest of your day, man.
You too, man. Take care.